Now all that's left is a team up with Abraham Lincoln. The Daniel Day-Lewis one, because that would be awesome, and you know it. Hello and welcome to my review of Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters starring Jeremy Renner, Gemma Arterton, and Famke Janssen. This movie centers on the classic fairy tale characters Hansel and Gretel 20-some years on after they burned a witch to death after accidentally walking into her candy house, which is never a good idea to walk into a candy house anyway, but I digress. It's 20 years later, and now they're full-blown professional witch hunters, full-blown badasses, and they go into this town looking to save some young kids who have been kidnapped, only to unravel a much larger plot on the part of the witches. Yeah, I just spent more than 10 seconds talking about the plot of Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I don't know what I do with my life either. I was excited for this movie, mainly because I was looking forward to seeing this whole revival of let's make fairy tales dark and gritty subverted, because it's really getting on my nerves, and I was excited to see a movie with full tongue-in-cheek, take a hard-R, violent, fun approach to this, and at the same time be kind of like an Evil Dead for fairy tale movies. And while it couldn't quite live up to that promise, this still is a decent film that is a good bit of fun. The problem with this movie is that I really feel like certain parts of the production were firing on all cylinders and they really knew what they were making, and others just clearly didn't. Where they were excelling was in production design and art and all that. This is a great looking movie, there's no doubt about it. Every frame of this is just full of that, like, great, it just came off the parchment page and an old style look. It doesn't look like a cheesy sci-fi channel movie. It actually looks like a movie that has a certain amount of art direction and vision and style to it. There's some great pieces in this movie that just look fantastic. The candy houses, the witches, the town. The whole movie just has this very kind of classic look to it that I enjoyed very much. The director was having a good time. His name is Tommy Wirkola. He's previously done a foreign film called Dead Snow, which I hear is a lot of fun. It's a Nazi zombie movie. Yeah, I know you've never heard that before. But anyway, he has a nice style. You know, he doesn't film the fight scenes up too close. He really tries to make the fight scenes seem varied. There's a lot of great kind of up-close combat, and there's also some great kind of creative weapons in the thing that make it a lot of fun, and he really relishes in the hard R-ness of this movie. There's some great gore scenes in this movie that just, like, make you go, ooh, in that just really fun, kind of bloody way. And there are some great kills in this film. And all that would be well and good, and we'd have our fun, dumb movie be really fun and dumb if the people in it actually gave a shit. Now, I really like both Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton, but unfortunately, they did not sell this movie. Not only did they not seem like brother and sister, but they didn't seem like they even liked each other very much. It's an odd thing because they're both just kind of coasting through this movie. The fact is that this movie could have benefited from a chemistry between the two of them to where, like, you really feel like they're having fun killing these witches and they're dropping all these puns and just using all these great weapons and doing all this stuff, but with, like, a wink and a nod. These two play it so straight that it actually kind of hurts the film. It almost seems like they don't know what movie they're in, really. Like, they're just trying to kind of half play it one way or the other because they're not feeling it. They're not really into what the movie's trying to do, which is be this tongue-in-cheek action movie. They're, like, kind of playing it midway through, and it doesn't work as well as it should. The only actors who really know what they're doing here are the supporting actors. Famke Janssen, who I always butcher that name every time. She was Jean Grey in the X-Men movies. Just gives a really over-the-top performance as the evil witch, and it's just wonderful to watch her just, like, chew up the scenery with her whole like witch character. It's so great. And Peter Stormare, who's also actually in The Last Stand as the only fun villain in that movie too, plays the chief of police in this movie, and he's just so at 11 that it's fun to watch, and the movie could have benefited from having more actors like that. Overall, this movie definitely has the right idea. To make a hard R fairy tale movie that's just flat out bloody and gory and fun and tongue-in-cheek. Unfortunately, not everybody seemed to be on the same page, and as such, it kind of dilutes the film and makes it not as fun as it really should be. And I was really hoping for a good time in this movie, and I really hope also that someone tries to do this again, but better. That being said, the novelty of just having these fairy tale characters kill people and say the F word doesn't really wear off. It's still a lot of fun. And also, there's just, I can't stress this enough, some of the gore is just so much fun. I mean, a troll smashes a dude's head with his foot and makes, like, it splatter like a broken grape. I mean, How can you not like that a little bit? So while this isn't a very good movie, I admire it for trying, and that's why I give it 2 stars out of 4. I'd say check it out when it's on DVD if you're looking for a little experiment. And that's my review of Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'm Michael Fairbanks.